Hi everybody, this is Tandy Gutierrez and this is my weekly Wenomadwehappy.com vlog. So this video I have tried to shoot it like 6 times in different formats and went, okay, hello Mercury retrograde, you don't want me to put this information out there. Just be stubborn, right? Keep trying. So every week I'm doing a little video vlog to share what we've learned on our journey. And originally it felt a little static of just like reporting the news, right? Like we were in a different country in the beginning and then in another country in different cities. Today is day 160, so we're into our 6th month of these travels as a family. So we've agreed for 12 months to travel, to unschool, world school along the way, and it's all a learning curve, right? So the goal was to really see and experience some things that we had sneaking suspicions about or hopes of, and to really just go explore. I'm doing these videos now to help me process what we're learning and really reflect on the week at hand, and also to hopefully inspire you all to really think in unconventional ways and to start to look at things that you think, well, we shouldn't be doing or we can't do because it seems too hard, too expensive, too complicated, nobody else is doing it, too weird, too out there. We as a family know that we live an uncommon life and we choose that, and we choose, you know, some chaos that comes with it. And I understand that that's not everybody's choice, right? Or everybody's wish. But there are more options in the world for nearly everything than you think, but you have to get creative about it, and you have to be willing to be wrong about the things that you are currently doing or currently believe. And you also have to be willing to find out that you might be right, that there are other options out there. So this adventure of 12 months that we agreed to as a family was brought on by wanting to see more of the world, looking at food sources and cultures, if they're different than the United States, and quality of food and fitness and the perspective of those things in other countries, and the perspective of schooling, educating your children, because I think going to school is different from educating them, or can be. It's not always different. And, you know, empathy, awareness, and inclusiveness, that life is life wherever you go, and people are people wherever you go, and food, water, shelter, you know, community and love is kind of all anybody's really trying to do. And is it actually different other places, and how does it compare to our experience in the US? That, you know, as a family, we've lived in LA, New York, and Austin, and I'm from Oklahoma, and my husband was, you know, born in Switzerland, is an American citizen, but then grew up for a substantial period of time in Tokyo, and then spent time, you know, but every summer in Northern California. So this, you know, pretty broad perspective of life, right? So what did I learn this week? A bit more focus on unschooling this week. That as a type A personality who likes to check off the boxes and go, we got this curriculum done, and as a teacher, you know, to feel like you've checked off the list and fulfilled what you meant to do is an interesting task with kids that are different ages, mixed in with a life that is mutable, and parents who are still working in it. So this is about me learning as we go, and just sharing that this month's 6th, I feel like turns a corner of, as a parent, understanding how to facilitate better, hearing when certain questions happen or when certain opportunities happen, and then, you know, the wonders of the internet, the things that I don't know that they're asking about, we all go look up, so I end up learning a lot along the way also. So what did I learn this week about homeschooling and unschooling? Milo, my oldest son, who's 9, everybody who meets him goes, oh, he's awesome, he's special. He is. He's very intelligent, and he kind of scores off the charts with things, but he's also very challenging for me, just personality-wise, and because, right, I understand that he's my greatest teacher in this lifetime. I have a lot to learn, but we're learning to work together, and our biggest thing with each other is that we battle each other. We're both very stubborn, so I know he got that from me, and both very intelligent, and so that can be troublesome and it can put up a lot of roadblocks. And as the type 8 mom in me, I start to feel like, we're not getting enough done. We're not learning and checking the boxes. And then going back to what we're trying to do is unschool them. It's not about box checking and memorization and regurgitation. It's about experiential things and understanding how to navigate in the world as it comes at you. And when you don't know, you go find out answers and you go research stuff. And to really follow the rabbit hole of like, well, this happened today, so that was an interesting question. So we had someone from Amnesty International, talk to us a couple weeks ago on the street, and then, Milo comes up, and it was like the woman from Amnesty International was talking about refugees. And so she went in to explain what it was, and I looked at Milo and I said, well, you remember our friend such and such? Well, yeah, they're a refugee. And he went, oh yeah, totally. And then she looked at us and went, you guys know like what refugee they know? And it's like, yes. And so then it spurs a larger conversation. That's, to me, what our version of unschooling looks like right now, is following the rabbit hole of what's going on in life and the situations that present themselves to you. But in the meantime, with a challenging, very intelligent kid and, 2 parents and 2 jobs and another child in the mix who's got their own questions and needs, and the age difference and things can be difficult. And I feel like Milo and I personally have spent a lot of time, fighting. And so this week what we learned, and what we're trying to learn and really repeat and relearn, is that, less energy battling, right? Who cares what color socks they're wearing? This is a parental thing. This is for everybody. And that's why I'm sharing what I learned this week, is that it came out in a 1-sentence thing, and I went, I'm going to share that. That's what I learned this week, is that less energy battling. This is for me too, who's the type A and teacher who likes to be correct and in charge. And more energy learning. And that may seem like really trite, right? But less energy battling. Conversational battling is kind of silly. If there's a long discussion happening, sure, but battling is just about being right. It's all ego, right? Like I need to feel right, and I need to win this, and it's either about a sock or a glass or a book or a tidbit of information that we think is true, and way more energy solving, creating, and being open. So that's what learning is to me. We've had a lot of conversations about being helpful, and what does it mean? Being helpful means to make something better. Doesn't mean you have to fix it. Does not mean you have to solve it. But we're really focusing right now in this house on less battles, more helping, and understanding when the battle isn't worth it. And you can just let go. And I think that's for adults. I think that's just for people. I think that is really important to hear over and over and over and over and over again for parents. And then really important for us to teach our kids. So how do you know whether it's worth it or not? Big or small? Is it helping or is it hindering? Is this really just about feeling like you're right, or is it really about, somebody's safety and well-being and you feeling safe in the world and feeling heard and seen and being productive? So what I learned this week was less energy battling, more energy being open, helping, and creating. Because if you're creating something, you're not tearing it down, right? Always be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. And if you're not doing anything about whatever instance it is, you're typically still a part of the problem. Standing and doing nothing while somebody else is fighting, well, you're not helping, so you're a part of the problem. And that's, as a parent, that's the momism I'm sure I'm going down with. Be a problem solver, not a problem maker. And I don't think it's too young, ever to teach them that. So the boys are 5 and 9. And yeah, I'm going to try to run deep with this. We may only do this for 12 months, and we're now 6 months into it, 160 days. And I feel like we're just now getting the flow of it, of oh, it's not a day-to-day tasking. Yes. Are they doing some workbooks and writing right now? Absolutely. Do they do research online? Yes. And, it's a blend of what life really looks like. It can be chaotic and it can be busy, and some days you throw stuff out, but it's not about sitting and memorizing and regurgitating. It's about understanding and having knowledge that allows you to understand deeper whatever topic it is. Okay? So, they're here today, so I wanted to see what they learned this week. I have no idea what they're going to say, so hang in there. Hey, Milo and Sam. Yeah. You come in here? Yeah. Okay. I did tell them I was going to let them be in this one because we're all together today. But we'll see what they say. Okay. Just be careful because I have it propped up. Come here. You want some of my lap?
What's up?
Okay, careful.
What's up, dude?
Okay, so I do a video every week about what I learned, and this one was a little long, but it took me like 6 tries, so I thought I'd use it. Okay. Milo, what did you learn this week?
I learned about, well,
Not to put you on the spot or anything.
I learned about claymation.
Yeah?
It's when you have pieces of clay and you can turn them into things, but you have to move a tiny bit and then take a picture and then move them a tiny bit, and it makes a really cool cartoon. So
Okay.
me and Sam wanted to do that.
What do you think your main feelings of the week were?
Excited.
About what?
Well, because every day there was like a new surprise and there was something else to do. So I was really excited.
There, like what?
Like at the office someday, Dad would get us like salami, chorizo.
Oh, treat surprises, like
No.
food surprises.
No, and on the first day we moved offices. And on the first day we moved offices, and then we got 2 chairs in the office so me and Sam could both sit.
The excitement of 2 chairs in an office. Hey now.
And we got to look up meditating.
Oh yeah.
And that was really fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be boring, but it was actually really fun.
What did you learn about meditating?
That there are 3 theories on how it started. The first theory is that archaeologists were investigating the Indus Valley in northwest India.
Yeah.
And they found these pictures on walls that were the first meditators. They're pictures of the first meditators in different poses with their eyes closed. The second theory is that when hunters and gatherers would look at a fire for a really long time in a dark cave, they would get in like a trance, and they thought it was called, like, it was meditating.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is that hunters and gatherers they showed how they appreciated gods by burning food that they found, a little bit of it, and by chanting, and they thought that was a form of meditation.
Yeah, when they looked it up, I came back and I thought, oh, that's not even what I thought it was going to be. You know, the beginning sources of meditation, which is pretty cool. It has enough battery on it. Okay, Sammy, what did you learn this week? It could be anything. About yourself, about mommy, about daddy, about mom. You are silly. What did you really learn this week? He's my silly bug, that's for sure.
I don't know.
You learned something.
I don't.
Anything that was new to you this week that you went, I didn't know that before.
Claymation.
I appreciate the coaching.
I did.
What else? Sammy Parker.
Claymation. Claymation.
I know, but is that, so that was new, right? But is there anything else?
Nope.
No? We didn't learn anything else this week? Claymation's a pretty good one. What did you learn about claymation?
Can I get this selfie stick? No, if you want to be a part of it, I need you to answer and share. What did you say?
I need you to answer and to share.
No, what else?
That's it.
No, what did you say before?
I said, what did you learn about claymation?
That you've got claymation stuff, so you can make claymation stuff. You have to move them a tiny bit and take a picture, and then do that so many times, and then take a video of it.
Yeah. And then it plays back and like it all streamlines.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so this is what we all learned this week. Some weeks it's grand, some weeks it's not. Do you guys like traveling? Seriously.
Yeah, I do.
It doesn't need to be like, oh yay, mom's got a camera on. Like.
Today it was snowing and we got to play in the snow for a long, long time.
Yeah.
It was super fun.
What do you guys like about traveling? Like not having the same home over and over and over? That it looks different? Okay, so that's interesting, right? Milo, what do you like about it?
That we get to explore new places and know different cultures, like how they do things.
Yeah, it's super cool. In just a minute you can. Okay. So if you, I post weekly, right? This is, you know, a long version and they're not always with me, but maybe more often. If you're interested in working out with me or learning healthy food habits, mattinkitchen.com. And I've got a challenge coming out July 11th, so this time it's got a downloadable printable handbook, which is pretty cool. Long time coming. So there's lots of ways to keep up with what we're doing and ask questions. You can ask questions, or if there's things you want to know about, like, you know, we're packing up essentially every 3 months. That's the average. We'll be in New York until the end of March, and then we're trying to decide where to go after that, but it's looking like the Netherlands and Amsterdam, but we'll see. So anyway, yep, 12 months. This is our 6th month. We're halfway through.
Yes.
160 days. Happy 160-day birthday.
Woohoo! Wait, 160 days. Wow.
Yeah, today's 160 days.
Exactly
So
6 months.
we don't feel like killing each other yet. I actually feel like we've kind of gotten over that hump, and maybe we're just getting used to the the togetherness all the time. Okay. So thank you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye, dude.